What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? What is that, man? ToneChronicles episode 3, season 2, episode 3, man. We got my disclaimer, y'all. This is all for fair use purposes only. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes only. Fair use for sure, for sure. This is a love channel, not a hate channel. We don't talk down. We just reflect and shine a light on the things that are going wrong in the world. And we must let people know when people are doing wrong. We're not here to belittle or anything like that. We're here to just bring awareness to everyone around the world. So y'all, let's get right into it. Man, start with a sun update. The sun has been doing wonders. Right now we are in a G4 geometric storm. And due to this G4 geometric storm, over in Puerto Rico, they had no power. Y'all get ready for the big one, the great solar event. When the power grid go down, this is an example of what I'll be telling y'all that we got to get ready for. You know, like people in a frenzy over there because they don't have power. So we have that. So let's go ahead and move right along, y'all. We're gonna start from the 10 out. I want to start with Katy Perry and them girls. What I really want, my daughter right here, so I can't call them what I really want to call them. I'm gonna call them sellouts. We're gonna do that because I want to call them the B word. Them sellouts didn't go to space. Fake, stage, not real at all. They did a turnaround trip to the atmosphere. As high as you can go. They can't leave here, bruh. It was not real. And then when they came crashing back down to land, it's supposed to be airtight from the inside. The door opened. The dude walked up to the door and closed it. Gail, Katy Perry, y'all did not go to space. And secondly, y'all are not astronauts. Y'all didn't have on spacesuits. Y'all didn't have no air. You breathing in no air, no helmets, no gloves, no nothing. Y'all are not astronauts. These are stop. Y'all did not go underneath the training that real well, no such thing as an astronaut because them niggas never been to space. Y'all they didn't do no type of prep, no type of training, no nothing. But they astronauts though. But let's move right along, y'all. Enough of them. And as well, their logo, if you flip it upside down, it's the alphabet head. Allegedly. But, so y'all, Utah is the first state to ban fluoride drinking water. Shout out to Utah. Shout out to Utah. I feel like the rest of the nation should get behind that. We need fresh drinking water. There's no reason why our shower water or our drinking water, any type of water should have fluoride in it. Why? It's to calcify the pineal gland. It's to close it shut. To take you from your natural roots, your natural connection, to strip you from source, to strip you from you. So shout out to Utah for being the first state banning fluoride drinking water. Next, we did have a massive wildfire in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's been quite a few wildfires. Texas had a wildfire. I'm gonna touch up on that later, and I'll give y'all actually where at. But yeah, Stillwater, Oklahoma had a massive wildfire. The bird flu was detected in 4 dairy farms in San Bernardino County. So in California, they have a dairy farm detected, detected the bird flu. Next. A rare devastating Ep3 tornado had touched down in Florida. Florida got hit with like a tornado. And as well, it's another tornado that it hit. No, people really ain't talk about it. Next, we're gonna move right along, y'all. Japan had a forest fire, and it's been over 50 years since Japan's last forest fire. So Japan had a forest fire. Kerrygold is facing a class action court case in the U.S. In the U.S. over a chemical that's in a packaging. So they're getting hit with lawsuits. They're getting hit with that. I feel like every brand should be getting hit with lawsuits with, with all these this inorganic ass food that's not real, that's filled with chemicals, fake, all these dyes, all this artificial flavoring. I feel like they most definitely should be getting hit with lawsuits too. That's just me. So next we have Taylortown, Mississippi. Taylortown, Mississippi got hit with a tornado. Yeah, so Taylortown, Mississippi got hit with a tornado, and at least 3 people were unalive from that. So man, may they soul rest in peace. May they soul rest in power. So y'all, I know y'all pretty much y'all heard about Carl Ludstorm, the co-founder and the Intel financial supporter, and his wife, the Intel financial supporter of Pirate Bay, passed away after his small aircraft crashed into a wooden cabin in the mountains of Sylvania. He was only 64 years old. Man, they rest in power, man. Then we have a massive wildfire near Fredericksburg in Texas. Fredericksburg. I chopped it. I butchered the shit out of that. So Fredericksburg, Texas, they had a massive wildfire near Fredericksburg, Texas, and they had to evacuate the area as well. Moving right along, a man threatens to assassinate Trump and to blow up the NYC. It's a 34-year-old Florida man. Don't have his name, but he threatened to assassinate Trump and blow up New York City. To all my hip hop, to anybody that's into, I guess, the music culture, or I guess you could say the music culture, or so anybody know who Big U is? Big U, Brick Baby, and Lucy Cannon, and other members of the Rolling 60 Crips. They getting charged with a RICO case right now. They underneath. A lot of people getting hit. We're gonna be getting hit with RICO cases. So that's what we got going on right there. So like I told y'all with the flares, we're in a G4, in a solar storm. 19 million people said they had no power in Chile. And as well, we had a massive brush fire that shut down the US one's 18-mile stretch, several hours on a Tuesday. And they expect the fire, and they had expected that fire to burn for several days. Craziness right here. So we have 14 unalive, 155 people injured in a nightclub called Inferno, Inferno Post nightclub in North Macedonia. So some people passed away, man, in a club. So from it looks like, people can't even have a good time without some crazy stuff happening. Like, so people can't even go shopping or be able to eat in a food court without worrying about, shit falling down on them. Sad, but we gonna move right along. We had a catastrophic fire that shut down London's biggest airport. like I said, there's been multiple fires, more planes, more helicopters, more everything's been going on. We had we had a full moon, we had the blood moon that had occurred. More in the hip hop world, Sauce Walker and his artist Say So P, they were shot in Memphis, and Say So P didn't make it. Sauce Walker did. I really don't want to touch on that. Not much, I really don't. But just for the ones who want to be filled in on what's going on, that's what's going on. Some people saying like he sacrificed that man, he was set up. But it's a whole. But go ahead, y'all go ahead and dig into that on your own. But rest in power to Say So P. Let's move right on along. It was a wildfire in South Korea, and as well, randomly, don't know where, police officers have been committing suicide. This has been something that's been occurring throughout the nation. Don't know if it's some type of PTSD, some type of mental, something going on with their psyche. But police officers have been committing suicide. And as well, y'all, New Zealand had a 6.7 earthquake. California had an earthquake. California had an earthquake. A former St. Louis, Missouri sportcaster, Brian McKinnon, he was involved in a fatal pedestrian accident earlier Saturday, March 22nd, in St. Louis Hills neighborhood. The 60-year-old man who worked at KFNS 950 in Fan was heavily involved in a charitable activity and was pronounced dead at the site of being hit by a vehicle while crossing the Hamptons. Moving right along. So that's crazy shit, y'all. We got people hitting and run and hitting people. Kind of like the young boy that played football, LSU. He committed suicide because he ended up hitting somebody with his car. Marvin Sapp, y'all, is arrested on 1,500 kidnapping charges after a church lockdown. And I seen the video of Marvin Sapp saying, close the doors, lock the doors, we ain't letting nobody out until we get this money. Marvin Sapp wanted the money. He out here talking about praise God and this, that, and the third. And I really want to tell y'all this. I want to really tell y'all this. 1 second. We still running. Alright, I really want to tell y'all this. Why would y'all believe a pastor sitting here telling you, God told me to tell you? So you telling me that God and the pastor is talking about you behind your back, and the pastor gonna come and tell you this is what God said? When you have the true ultimate connection to God, all you gotta do is talk to God yourself, and it's gonna happen. So let's go ahead and move right along. A plane leaving Phoenix Sky Harbor had to make an emergency landing in South Phoenix. Thailand got hit with an earthquake. There was a mass shooting. Four individuals have been detained of a fatal mass shooting at Young's Park in Las Cruces, New Mexico, on a Friday night on March 21st, 2025. And as well, it was a school shooting at FSU, Florida State University today. The shooter was detained as well. But for what I was just talking about in New Mexico, 15 people, it was 3 deaths of 3 teenagers were unalived and 15 people were injured. Sean Kingston and his mother, Mrs. Turner, has been found guilty of all charges of their Fort Lauderdale federal wiring fraud trial, money laundering. So they going down. Park, Minnesota plane crashes into a home on March 30th, 2025. The Congo had a 7.0 massive earthquake. And a Trans-Asia flight 235 had an engine malfunction, and shortly after taking off, and it crashed into a nearby river, killing 43 people and it was 58 people on board. Over 212,000 pounds of liquid eggs products are being recalled due to potential presence of cleaning solution. DC air control, and as well, DC air control had to break off, had a fight that broke off in the tower. Crazy. So air control is tripping while we got planes and shit crashing. I live in Vegas. I seen that the Hollywood sign is coming to, they moving the Hollywood sign to Vegas, but they talk like Vegas gonna be Hollywood 2.0. That's been the talks. They building studios in here and all types of stuff. So the city is growing, but they're trying to make it all right. And let's see. Now let's back on. So we had a devastating 7.7 earthquake that was. Oh, Thailand had a 7.7 earthquake. Okay. A genetically modified mosquitoes have been released in the U.S. and Florida is the first state. So they back releasing mosquitoes into the country again. This is not the first time they're letting out mosquitoes. I wonder what the mosquitoes have. South of Iceland had a 6.9 earthquake on April 3rd. Epstein and Prince Andrew's accuser says she has days to live after she only had days to live after a bus crash. She came out and she spoke. Anytime anybody come out and speak about these people, something happened. A jet crashed in Reno in the Reno air races, and it killed the pilot and 10 spectators were unalive. 70 people was injured due to this crash. The Grand River in Grand Rapids, Michigan, has a chemical spill. So the water out there in Grand Rapids, you know, it's toxic right now. And I seen a video of a guy saying, man, like just smelling the fumes, it burns. It hurts to smell. We had a volcanic eruption in Japan on April 5th, 2025.
No, I just got charged.
We have a rabies alert in Arizona.
Yesterday, it's my grade at 1574.
Let's move right along. I got some shit for y'all, man. And they did a study and came up and found out that drinking water from plastic bottles causes high blood pressure. So I advise y'all to be drinking out of glass or copper cups. We should be drinking out of that anyway. We shouldn't be drinking out of plastic. We shouldn't. Next, we have Randy and Chad Miller. Randy and Chad Miller have been federally indicted after allegedly scamming investors out of $280 million to fund what they supposed to be an in-game changing sports and facility in Mesa Legacy Park, formerly known as Bell Bank Park. Niggas out here taking money and incentives for something, and they ain't even going to where they say it's for. Craziness. The dire wolf, y'all. So scientists has brought back the dire wolf. This is bigger than regular werewolves. Like, and they brought them back with they said the DNA from a tooth of a dire wolf and mixed with the closest thing that's related to it will be the gray wolf. So the dire wolf, they made the dire wolf. Like, out of everything in the world, y'all want to make a ginormous dog. But let's move on forward. Oh, so then the dire wolf is back from extinction, y'all. Talking people that like to fly, Southwest Airlines have introduced a $20 fee in flight. They introduced a $25 fee for in-flight bathrooms use starting April 15th. So they charging people to use the bathroom, and they're charging people $5 for each flush. Craziness. Any way to make some money, huh? All right, next we have 6 people. This right here includes 6 people, including 3 children. They passed away after a passenger helicopter crashed into the Hudson River in NYC. And so right now, in St. Louis, Missouri, a man and his roommate had dozens of children in their house. So I don't know if they were trafficking the children or what they was doing, but when the police came, they was like pretty much putting kids in a van. So we're gonna say they was trafficking these children, and there's a whole bunch of people that got it on tape. So yeah, they were trafficking children in St. Louis, Missouri. Anthony Fauci, y'all, 107,357 counts of homicide in 14 countries issue a warrant for Anthony Fauci for the hot sauce 19. You know what I'm saying? Next, we got Bridge Beef has a recall in more than 2,400 pounds of their puppy and kitten mixes has listeria and salmonella. So if anybody that got cats and dogs and you use Bridge Beef, the kibble for dogs and in the kitten food, yeah, salmonella and listeria. Right now in Atlanta, Georgia, I got a lot of stuff that I want to just share with y'all. In Atlanta, Georgia, 17 people are missing from fake Indeed jobs. So if you live in Atlanta, Georgia, or just period, and I know a lot of people need work, people are looking for jobs. Be careful if you're on Indeed and you're applying for these jobs and you get text messages and something don't feel right. I honestly feel like, hey, be mindful, be precautious about how you're going about it, because people out here kidnapping people and doing wrong to people in Atlanta, Georgia. People thinking that they're going for a job interview, and then the whole time turn around, man, they might they getting set up to get trafficked, or or anything, or maybe unalived, or whatever these sick, wicked people are having intentions on doing. But so be careful. But that's what's happening in Atlanta, Georgia right now. They're getting people with the fake jobs on Indeed because they know people need work, which is messed up. I seen that Americans will soon need a visa and $2,000 to visit Brazil. They want to retire people come over there, and that's gonna be starting in April 20th. China got hit on April 12, 2025, and China got hit with a massive sandstorm, super massive sandstorm, right? In Lake Mead, we didn't have 1 death and 33 rescues in 2 days, and now Lake Mead, the Lake Mead trails are shut down. Gold strike. So they can shut down Gold Strike. It's hot out there, y'all. If you're going to go, I recommend you go to Gold Strike is one of my favorite hiking trails to go to because I like the hot springs. I recommend you go early as possible, and stay hydrated. It's hot out there, y'all. I know summer is approaching and it started already to feel like low-key like summer already. It's getting there. Hydrate yourselves, and go with friends or family. Make sure you go with somebody. Make sure y'all not alone. Donald Trump, he freezes Harvard's funding. Harvard was getting funded $2 billion and he froze that funding. I already told y'all it was a shooting in FSU. And anybody that likes Hot Pockets, it's been 760,000 pounds of Hot Pockets that have glass or plastic in it, so it's a recall on that. Y'all shouldn't be eating that fake ass food anyways. You know what I'm saying? Y'all shouldn't be eating that food, no way. Leave the processed food alone. Eat real food. Eat your fruits and your vegetables, man. Work out. Get y'all some sunlight. The sun been letting off a lot of flares, a lot of plasma filaments, a lot of work, a lot of activity. Perfect time for y'all to be outside, grounding yourselves, charging y'all crystals, and doing things of that nature. You know, raising our vibration. Because yeah, it's a good time to be vibing very high. But y'all, we coming to an end. I'm finna eat my dinner. I love y'all, man. This is ToneChronicles, Season 2, Episode 3, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Man, smash that like button. If you made it this far into the video, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. If you've been here, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Hit the post notification bell, put it on all so you never miss a drop. And as well, follow us on all platforms. Follow us over on TikTok at ToneChronicles. Follow me over on Instagram at ToneAtera. That's ToneAtera. The God, nigga, that's me. We over on we everywhere with it. It's ToneChronicles, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Y'all have a wonderful one, man. Peace, love, and light, man. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.